Hi everyone, Ulria here, and today we'll be looking at Ulgrax the Devourer from the Mythic raid testing on the beta. Ulgrax is the first boss of nerub'ar Palace and is very simple to deal with. You start off on a big platform with a boss in the middle. There are two options, you can keep him there or drag him to the edge. This is a two-phase encounter, main phase which ends when the boss reaches 0 energy and an intermission which ends when the boss is fed enough bugs. Let's talk about P1. The first mechanic you'll see the boss do is spawn webs around the room. You could avoid those because on Mythic, instead of just rooting you, they will stun you for 30 seconds. They also arm very fast, so do not create a cast. However, if you do get hit, other people can free you earlier by DPSing the web around you. Eventually, you have a lot of webs on the floor you need to avoid, so the way to clear them is by standing next to them with digestive acid. It's a green circle around you that does some dot damage to you, and when it expires, it clears up any webs within. Your aim is to clear as much as you can and make sure your designated soak spot is clean. The final core mechanic is Brutal Lashing, which is just a soak that you need at least 6 players in or the boss will enrage. You then become tethered to the boss and he starts pulling you towards him trying to eat you. Assume that if you reach the boss you just die, so you'll need split-ups like Roars or Windrush Totems to fight against the pool. The damage is split evenly between everyone soaking, and the more people soak the less of a strength the pool has. You want to make sure you put the soak, which is targeted on a random non-tank player, far enough from him so you don't get insta-consumed. And the final bit to that mechanic is you get a debuff which increases the amount of damage you take from the next soak, so you will need to split your raid in half. Every end of main phase, Ulgrax does a knockback mechanic called Hurricane Crash, but it was so minimal it was barely even noticeable. The only thing is you should check behind you for any webs so you don't get accidentally knocked into them. And now the intermission. Ulgrax will disappear into the nether and then create two portals on opposite side of the platforms and charge from one to the other. If you stay in this path, you'll likely die, so just watch out for where the two portals are and just avoid being between them. After every charge the locations change and he will do this a total of 4 times and reappear on the platform again. Different types of bugs will spawn from a clump of webs, each doing different things, but nothing is really deadly or dangerous. There is a mythic specific ad called Biosoak Spawn, which has a stacking damage increase on their volley, but that's about it. All ads can be CC'd, so gather them up and just AoE them down. At this point, the boss will have stopped charging around the platform and would have appeared again. As a fun tip, he will always spawn opposite of where the swarm of bugs hatched from. Once you kill all the bugs, you need to pick them up and go close to Ulgrax to click your extra action button and feed him. During testing, if you got too close to him, he meleeed you to death, which I don't think is intended, but be wary of that in case. The range of the feeding is big enough that you can outrange his melee attacks as he remains stationary in this phase, just casting AoE damage now and then. And that's it for Ulgrax Mythic testing. As a final thing for the video, I would like to give my opinion on it. I do not think it's a very exciting boss, and yes, I know first bosses are meant to be simple and easy, but this one is just a little bit too bland for my taste. There have been much better first bosses, most notably, in my opinion at least, Commander Sivara and Talo. But yeah, not too bad, not too good either. I'll give him a solid 3 out of 10. Thanks for watching, hope I explained things well and gave you condensed enough information about the boss. You can find more resources in my Discord, which I'll link in the description below. Feel free to also catch my streams on Twitch, where you can see more beta and other wild stuff. Have a good one.